a song about a fast-moving relationship that you've blah 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 blah.
It's too soon, it's too fast. I try to fight it, hoping that it wouldn't last.
I did not think about this at all. Love it. It's gonna be a mess. Okay, focus. Everywhere 'Tis a song about a fast-moving relationship where you feel like you need to analyze things objectively on your own before moving forward with it. But when you try to do that, you can't seem to get this person out of your mind because everything around you reminds you of them. They are everywhere. And that's the song. Chorus.
Gonna get myself inside, I'm gonna close all of my blinds. I'll read and write, I'll work and hope you'll finally leave my mind. But you're still dancing in the air, still feel your hands run through my hair. I try and occupy my mind, but I can't hide, 'cause you're everywhere.
I thought it would be cool to start this song with the chorus of it. When I was producing it, I had this idea of doing this very dramatic intro for the song with all live strings arrangement. And so when I was putting it together, I wrote the entire strings arrangement. And I thought it would be cool if the first chorus sort of worked as a ballad chorus with just the strings, and then the beat comes in the first verse. And I think that way, when you first have that big lush strings intro, the rhythm and the bass and the drums that come in the first verse are even more jarring, and it's even more like, oh, I get it, he's everywhere. This entire song, I think, is spatially very all-encompassing, where it's relatively minimal in its production, especially in the beginning, but it feels like it's very 360, like it's everywhere around you, kind of moves left to right, which kind of hones in on the idea of this person being everywhere, not being able to get them out of your mind. Close all the blinds, gonna start working, reading all of that to try and get you out of my mind because this is moving too fast. But even in that environment, everything around you reminds you of this person. You're still dancing in the air, like the smell of him is still in the air. Still feel your hands run through my hair. Try to occupy my mind, but I can't hide because you're everywhere. AKA, you're in love, girlfriend. Don't try to resist it. First verse.
It's too soon, it's too fast. I try to fight it, hoping that it wouldn't last. Built a world and built it fast. I can't deny expectations you surpassed.
This first verse is very much a direct response to Can't Blame a Girl for Trying, which is the song that comes right before it. And it talks about, the chorus of that song talks about can't blame a girl for trying to take it slow. So stop being so perfect, I'm trying to take this slow. And this first verse is quite literally a continuation of that, saying, it's too soon, it's too fast. I didn't expect this to come so overwhelmingly and so quickly. And yet, here we are. Everything that you've done is so great that I can't seem to get you out of my mind. Pre-chorus.
Need some time to think it through without you. But you're sublime and I just can't escape.
I think the verses are very much an objective look into it. And then when you get to this pre-chorus, it's very intrinsic. It almost feels like you're zooming in into her brain, and it feels almost angelic, heavenly. I wanted to do these very high notes that I could sing in my head voice, in my with more breath, so that it could sound more ethereal, if you like. And it talks about her saying, oh, I need some time to think about this before we keep going with it, but you're sublime, and I can't escape you. And then we go into the chorus where she locks herself in her room, tries to forget him, but she can't. Second verse.
If you knew it from the start, you should have said it. You turn longing into a heart, paint with words and play the part. I can't deny it, captured my head and my heart.
If you knew it from the start is very much an allusion to saying, if you knew from the beginning that this is where it's going to end up, that you're going to be completely irresistible and we're going to end up being together, you should have said something, because I wasn't prepared for that. So it's, it's obviously a hopeless notion to say it now, but I still thought it sort of captures the inescapability of this feeling, and her almost feeling like she absolutely is needing to surrender into it. Paint with words and play the part. again, an allusion to some of the qualities that we're describing Can't Blame a Girl for trying, talking about how smart he is and how he can carry conversations in a bunch of different topics. And that's literally saying you paint with your words and you play the part, like you play the part of being the perfect man. Captured my head and my heart. And I brought this up in Can't Blame a Girl for trying, like, two main qualities for me are intelligence and kindness. Head, intelligence, kindness, heart. So that's kind of what that is a reference to. Words. I am all over the place today. Let's go to the bridge.
You're in the grocery lines and you're in the corner flower shop. Moments that turn into signs. You're everywhere. It all reminds me of you. Inhabit my life through and through. Moments that turn into clues. You're everywhere. Everywhere. You're everywhere.
So the initial idea for the song actually came from a TikTok that I saw about, you know how on TikTok there's this like aesthetic set of TikTok where girls do like 6 or 7 second videos of themselves doing something aesthetically pleasing or just like an aesthetically pleasing setting, like a coffee shop or a street with people walking, something like that, and then they write like these long stories on top of it. So I saw one of those and it was talking about how she fell in love with a person and now everywhere she goes she sees things that remind her of him. So he's everywhere around her. And that TikTok was literally the inspiration for this entire song. And I wanted to be a little bit more specific because in all the choruses, she talks about, you know, getting herself in her room and trying to forget about him that way. But I wanted to sort of capture that idea of going about your life and encountering things that remind you of this person completely unintentionally, like things just pop into your head that remind you of that person. You can't get you can stop thinking about them. So you're in the grocery lines, like you're in the corner flower shop. And this is actually a reference to Meet Cute, where in the bridge I talk about, we will talk for hours and hours, you'll always surprise me with flowers, which is why there's a mention of a flower shop. So you're in the grocery lines in the corner flower shop, moments that turn into signs. You're everywhere, aka I'm just going about my day. I'm experiencing everyday moments, but out of nowhere they turn into signs about how I need to be with you. Keep going in the bridge. It all reminds me of you. Inhabit my life through and through. So it feels like in every aspect and everything that I do and everything that I see and everything that I experience, there's a part of you there now. Like it's almost like we have been strung together and it can't be, this connection can't be untied. Moments that turn into clues. You're everywhere. Once again, things that I experience, and instead of just, you know, being everyday activities, they turn into clues about falling in love with you. Production wise, it's different than anything I've done before, but I really, really wanted to do this very like clubby dance almost song. I've always wanted to do something like that. And so I had so much fun producing it. And I love how it all came together with all the live strings arrangements. And in a lot of these songs, I probably would not have used strings if I hadn't decided in the beginning of the year that I wanted all the songs to have live strings. So if I was producing it, you know, cold turkey without any reference or context, I'm not sure if I would have thought to put in live strings, but I think with each one of the songs, it's paying off in a major way. So I'm really excited about how this turned out. You're everywhere. I hope we get to dance to this song, you know? And that is that. And I will leave. This was kind of messy today. I hope I get to edit it well. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Gonna get myself inside, I'm gonna close all of my blinds. I'll read or write and work and hope you'll finally leave my mind, but you're still dancing